welcome to Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy. Right. And also the special sessions, 7 days, special sessions on civil services. Right? Free. Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry for this. I'm really sorry, and I missed my own introduction also, sir. So I think that was I don't hear. Maybe you could hear me?
Yes, we are getting.
Okay. Hello everyone. Namaskaram. Bagunnara. మీరు అందరూ ఎలా ఉన్నారు? యాక్చువల్లీ నాకు తెలుగు బాగా రాలేదు, మళ్ళీ కూడా ఒకసారి ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. So I'm actually Tamilian. I think sir was telling I could see some maps and all. Sir did a lot of efforts. Morning everyone. So I was always surrounded by Telugu people somehow, like family, friends, neighbors. So that way I think I'm good at this. So I studied in Billai, then I did my law, and I was working for 3 years in Bharat Petroleum in Chennai. So I cleared while working. So my major focus today is going to be how to manage your time quality-wise, not quantity. Time, everyone has the same 24 hours, but it's about how you utilize it and how much you gain out of every minute and every second. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. If anything, I can see the chat box here. So how it was for me was I used to go for weekend classes, and during the week, 5 days a week, I used to take out at least 2 hours or 3 hours. Voice is not clear.
It's okay. It's okay, but yeah.
So
increase volume otherwise.
So how it was used to be was I had already informed my boss that I am preparing it, so I had a support system there. But more important was managing my time. So in a day and in a week, I had like a diary, and in the diary I wrote down my targets for the day, for the week, and for the month. See, UPSC is more of a journey rather than it's an exam you clear and you pass. Like right now I've cleared and I am in the system and I'm working right now, but somehow I go back to my preparation time, and that point of time, what we were going through, what we were thinking, and what motivated us is still motivating. So that you should be clear on what is your why. Now it will be better. I'll increase the volume. So what I want to tell you all is everyone has the same 24 hours, and in those 24 hours, how much time you are devoting to your study, to your UPSC preparation, how is not the important question. It's always the quality. Say for example 3 hours. If you're studying for 3 hours, there were days when I could not put more than even 1 or 2 hours, and at that point I used to feel very guilty. Okay, I'll go slow. This I've been told before also. I used to feel guilty. Today I didn't study, padhai hua hi nahi. I hope people are comfortable with Hindi. So my trick for that was, when you're sleeping, when you're going to sleep in the bed, you try to go through what did you study today. It should come back to you, word or the subject or the contents. If it's history, for example, you should know which chapter you read. Alauddin Khilji, what he did, what was his administrative changes, what was his thing. If all that comes back to you, what you have read in the day, your day was good. Okay. If you're not able to remember, even if you studied only for 1 hour, even if it is just 1 hour, whatever you studied, does it come back to you when you're going to sleep? This is one trick that I used to apply, and if it comes back to me, then I'm satisfied that yes, I remember. So focus on quality. When you're studying, your concentration should be fully in that. If you are not studying, if you are chilling out, if you are out with friends, focus on that. It's about focus always. I don't know if some people have a concentration issue. So for that, you try to control your own thoughts, your own mind. This is what I'm doing now. So this is what I will be doing. Like right now, today, in fact, I got 3 calls from office in the morning, and I knew I had this also. I had this, and got late for this. But you need to focus on what time, what is important. And that will help you all throughout, not just UPSC. In life, you will become a more clear person, a more accurate person, and that shows in your work also.
Shruthi,
I'll go to the questions, but first, few points that I really wanted you all to know when I was preparing. I wanted, if I had known all this, it would have been better. So one is this quality point. Second is UPSC is generally a 1.5 years journey. Okay, I don't know if most of you, is this the first attempt, or if it is the second or third attempt. I think you would be in a better position to understand the journey itself. It's not today. It's not today you start and 6 months down the line there's prelims, and then 3-4 months later mains, and then interview. So I cleared 2017 exam. That was 2017 prelims I cleared, 2017 mains I cleared, and then 2018 interview, that was in March, that I cleared. So by 2016 prelims I did not clear. So when I did not clear, I focused my whole attention on mains. See, mains is, I think, where you get your skill. You can show your content, you can show your knowledge, and you can show your accuracy of the question. Prelims, at some level, a bit of luck, because kitna bhi padh lo, there's always some question that UPSC manages to get from outside. So, but again, prelims also has strategy, has skill. Interview is purely your personality, which you develop over the years and through your, preparation time. So I would suggest give mains a good 6 months before the prelims. In fact, 1 year before the prelims. 6 months is for mains. Then the next 6 months is for the prelims. And then during prelims, after prelims, immediately start for mains, because mains takes time. You need to, the questions are always, your opinion, or how this happened, or why this was in such a way. It's not always what. And it's very important in mains to know what the question is asked and write only that. I don't know if other people have told you this, but you don't get time at all. 20 questions, 3 hours, you don't even get time to think. I remember in my mains, I think it was GS3. So, internal security, environment, that wala people. I was thirsty. I wanted to drink. I had the water bottle right here, but I could not, because there's not 1 minute time that I thought I could waste. So this practice you need, this will come only through practice. You need at least 6 months of writing practice, where you focus on 3 things. 1, accuracy. What they have asked, only that. Don't go beyond. This is not our college paper where, we just write pages and pages of answers. Very crisp. 200 words, 100 words, 150 words, that's it. Second is legibility. Handwriting is horrible, let me tell you, but it matters. So you practice that also. If you are not one of those people with a good handwriting, you need to have practice. So practice legibility, that is handwriting, accuracy, and speed. Yeah, 6 months practice. Prelims, I'm sure you all have a lot of things, and you have sir to guide you. I'll come to sir, where sir really helped me. It was just one day. I'll come to that point. So prelims, you have a lot of sources. There are 2 types of subjects that I divided prelims in, dynamic and static. Okay, so subjects like history, subjects like polity, these are static subjects. History cannot change now. What is written, and even if people are trying to change history, like now we read certain governments are changing, our textbooks. It will take time. It won't be like suddenly tomorrow we didn't have a particular section of history. So static subjects, there's only so much new things that even UPSC can ask. So static subjects, you have to keep on reading, revising, and if you are not able to remember, try to find new ways, interesting ways, make a story. Geography also to some extent static, but because of some disaster or some new weather patterns or global warming linked with environment, geography also becomes dynamic. Dynamic subjects are economy, environment, current affairs definitely. These are in prelims. I'm talking about main prelims. These are dynamic subjects which changes every day, every year, and UPSC being the unpredictable kind of paper that is coming these days, it changes. So divide your strengths and weaknesses. You are the best judge of yourself. This is another thing that we used to do. I had a group of friends around. So you also have a group. See, it's not you go for classes, you go for institutes. You definitely form a group, but don't keep it only for musty around and keep a group also for studies and focus on study during the study time. Coming back to my quality, even if you all sit for 1 hour seriously, you study together. It's not studying together that all of us are keeping books and studying, that you can do at home also. Point is exchanging ideas, exchanging strategies, exchanging information. Maybe something you read, she did not read. And she can tell you something that you missed. Because I remember sometimes what we used to study, what we used to discuss, used to help us in our mock tests. A group that I'm talking about. So always have a group and don't be, very secretive in these groups. Like, oh, if I tell, then she will get no marks. That is really like actually least of your concerns. Be very open. The more you help, the more you share, the more you will get. Honestly speaking. So have a trusted friend group and you roam around, you have fun, no issues, but while studying, focus on it. So have a group. Group is good. Always alone, no. We get either we get too confident that we know everything, or we get too underconfident that I'm not doing anything correct. So you need to have a balance, and that balance comes from a trustworthy group. Okay. Second thing that I was coming around was mains and prelims that I told you. One thing about mock papers. So once you have finished your content, prelims ka padhai ho gaya, say for example 1 year, you have your basics done, you have done NCERT, you have done the basic syllabus, spectrum ho gaya, Dipan Chandra ho gaya, geography ho gaya, quality you have done and dusted. You start doing, then how do you rank yourself? How do you say that you are ready with, ready to give the paper, mock papers, right? Mock test papers, prelims I'm talking about. So here is one strategy that really, really helped me, and I tell this to everyone who I talk to for UPSC preparation. See, 100 questions in a mock, right? Of the 100 questions, you have to ask. There are these questions also you can divide into categories. Some questions where you are 90% sure, A, B, C, D, you know the answer, right? You know it. You mark it and make a round in that circle that this was your 90% question, 90% and above confidence. I'm talking about the confidence level that you know this is the right answer. Mark the answer, move ahead. And whichever is your confidence level, mark it. Then there will be second category of questions where you are, say, okay, 60 to 70, 60 to 75% confident. You know, but you are not very sure also. Maybe you can eliminate one, but of the three, you are slightly confused or you think you have read something but you are not very confident. But you want to attempt. Isko you make a start and mark attempt it because you want to. Because see, in UPSC out of 100, I have seen it, you have to give at least 85 questions. You have to attempt 85 questions. If you attempt less than 85, there is always a chance that some questions go wrong and you lose on negative. So to be on the higher side, you have to attempt 85 questions. Okay. So of the second category, star questions, where you are 60 to 70% confident, but you want to attempt. Then comes third category of questions, which is you are not confident at all. Okay, you don't know, but there is some instinct. UPSC also works on instincts. For example, in geography, I had a trick where it was, if it is related to environment, then almost always it is all the answers. ABCD, all of the above. This was my trick. And I want to give a caveat, please. Every person has their own tricks. Don't follow another person's tricks if it doesn't work for you. Okay, listen to me first. So first category, around 100% sure. Second category, star, 60 to 70% confidence, but you attempted it. Star. Third category, maybe like a triangle, where you are not confident, but there is some instinct in you, and there is something in you that tells that this is the right answer. Mark it. It's okay. These are all mock exams. Okay, mocks are the way to learn yourself, to know yourself in an exam. Then there is a fourth category of questions where you don't know at all, like zero. You have no idea. कभी सुना ही नहीं था ये क्या? बहुत अच्छा है. I love these questions. छोड़ना है. Don't waste your time at all. No point. Okay. So your 100 questions have been divided into 4 categories. Okay. Assuming chalo in the first category there are 30 questions. Second star category, there are say another 25, 27 questions. So that comes to some 57, 60 questions. Third category, which is slightly dicey, there are almost like say 40 questions. Then last category, 10 questions. So till 15, anything. Finish the paper. After that, you correct the paper. A prelims mock paper is only for 2 hours, but you have to sit with that paper. Sit means you have to discuss, you have to go through the paper for another 4 hours. So one prelims paper takes you 6 hours of your day, preferably same day. Morning 10 to 12 you give a paper, take a break, have lunch. Evening 3 to 6, 3 to 7 you have to sit with the paper. Sit with the paper means now I'm telling you. So you made these marks, round, star or a triangle or no. Ab iska you have to analyze. What is analysis? Out of the round questions where you were so confident that you knew questions, kitne galat हुए? Let me tell you, इसमें गलत होते हैं. We are so confident, or we sometimes we are overconfident, or it's carelessness. We just think A, B, we think B, and we mark B. You know, these things happen. See how many. If it is not happening for you, you are awesome, great, continue. But it happens. Say out of the 30 questions that you are so confident, you are getting only 25 correct. 5 are wrong. These 5 are short questions which you knew you are right, but you marked wrong. So this question galat hona hi nahi. Your aim in these round questions is to get 100% correct, where you are so sure, so confident. Okay, analyze where you're going wrong, and this you should correct in your next one. Then comes second category of questions, which is a star question, where 60-70 tha, dicey tha, but you wanted to attempt. You attempted. Now, isme there will be almost 50-50, 50% right, 50% wrong. Both which are right, you need to go back to your analysis of that day in the morning. While marking this particular question, what was in my mind? Why did I mark this? Okay. Say for economy, my thing was always logic. Because markets, economy works on pure logic. Sometimes sentiments like the stock markets, but economy is only money. Like if a particular person wants profit, wants money, then he will get it, and he will do anything to get it. Similarly, consumers will always go for the lowest things. Understand the subject. History has actually happened in the past. Akbar was a very liberal guy. He wanted everyone to be together. He believed, he was not literate, but he believed in things. Aurangzeb, quite opposite. So that kind of a society means what will be the position of women? Aurangzeb versus Akbar. You can have an understanding because that was real. 400 years before, 500 years before that happened. So history is true. History is based on real people and real world. So your analysis of a history question, of an economic question should be similar. Okay? I'm talking about the analysis. So of the second category of star questions, you see kitne sahi hai, kitne galat hai. Kyun galat hai? Next time and mark this. Remember this, that while answering a history question, I thought in this way, therefore I answered this, and therefore it was right, hence this, therefore it was wrong, hence this is my learning. Mark your own learnings. You are the best person of your mind. No teacher, no senior, and no people like us can come and tell you, okay, this you're doing wrong. I can just give you a lecture and do it. But you have to analyze yourself. The third thing is about the triangle, okay? Triangle, third one, which you are like 30-40% sure. But something tells you instinctively. Something tells, like I had a friend, she was very good with instincts. We both used to, solve problems, and then we used to discuss. And she used to say, मुझे लग रहा है, ये सही है. I was like, what nonsense? लग क्या रहा है? You have to give me something. I was more on logic, and she was always right, and I was the wrong one. When we used to go for this 30% wala correct, her instinct worked. So some people are very instinctive. If you are like that, awesome for you. Go for instincts. But back your instincts with proof. Over 100 marks, the 30-40 marks may every time your instinct works for a particular type of question, go for it. This will work in prelims also. Okay? And this is how you have to increase your number of questions that you are doing right and number of questions that you are doing wrong that you have to reduce. Prelims is that way. Okay? So prelims, this way I feel you can reduce the luck factor. Mains is a lot of skill. I think you can show your real talent in mains only. Okay? Writing practice, content. improve your content, improve your practice. And there are so many institutes, so many people, so many, they help you with writing. Answer writing and get it checked by a mentor. I think Ravi Kumar sir will be awesome there. Thirdly, interview, and I think this is where sir really helped me. I remember I met him just for a day, and he made such a lasting impact on me. Like even today, we've not been in touch, but I did this for sir, Ravi Kumar sir. So honestly, if you have such a person and such a mentor in your life, that also changes you and that also impacts you. So consider yourselves really lucky that you are surrounded by such good people and such talented mentors, and make the best of it. Make the best use of it. See, it's always good to use what you have and give back. Once you once you reach the position, you have to give back to the society. You have to give back to the future students who will be leading the country tomorrow. Okay. And what else? And now I'm open to questions. Tarvata, Arogyam, most important. Current situation, COVID, everything. Health is uppermost. Take care of yourselves. Eat well, be healthy. And even though times are uncertain, but try to make the most of it. How to start preparation for GS? Starting, yeah, you have to start. See, so there are a lot of sites which tell you. India Insights was one thing that I followed. You first download the syllabus, UPSC syllabus. Usme you will always get the subjects that are there. So you have to start. Say you start with static, because static is always limited. Dynamic changes every day. Every day there's a newspaper. Every day there are new changes, new agreements, new treaties being entered into. So static first finish karo, then go for dynamic, and take 9 months to finish your content. Okay. What make you do civil services? One by one, please. Cursive writing is allowed in names, no issues like that, but eligibility. My optional was law. I'm a lawyer, right? So that helped me because I had a base from college. But a lot of things, like my husband, he's also a lawyer and he also prepared, but he did not take law. He took pol science. So it depends from person to person. Motivated. Yeah, this is a good question. So this actually I wanted to point out this before also. See, it's not how you prepare, it's not the how you go about this, how to do this, how to do this. The question should always be why. If you have your why clear, then your how will automatically solve it. So why do you want to do this? It should not be because others are doing it, or because it can be your parents are telling. It has to come from within. Unless the passion that for UPSC for this, it's your own, I don't think you can sustain it. The passion can be for anything. I'm not telling the status is a wrong reason, or money, or secure life, job security is wrong. It's good, but is that passionate enough for you to push for it for like 2 years, 3 years? Go for it. Good. So be clear on your why. What makes you? I told you. If how to compare your level in GS papers if you can't avail paid facility. If you have seniors, if you have someone in service or who has cleared, or they can always help. Like I used to do it for a lot of my friends. They used to send me their scanned copies. I used to check and I used to tell them. So that would help you. I prepared for like 3 years. Yeah. First year I was just working. I was preparing in college also, but not so seriously. So 2016, 17, I would say was my third phase. No, my option is not geography. No. Hyderabad means CLAT. Okay, let's not go for CLAT. This is UPSC. Books. Okay, book list. Okay, again, book list also it was different for different people. Polity definitely Lakshmi Kant, but it's undergoing changes. So polity for me law helped because a lot of questions like Supreme Court is the guardian of Constitution. Who is the guardian of Constitution? These things you will not find in polity. I mean Lakshmi Kant. So thoda sa it is conceptual. So UPSC is looking for deeper knowledge rather than the superficial bookish knowledge. Then spectrum was good for history. Art and culture के लिए भी there is a spectrum का अलग सा एक book आता है. Art and culture was good at it. And I used to get my coaching books. That was good. Geography I did not read coaching book. It was too high-fi for me. So I just did the class. We had an awesome teacher there. He taught us very well. And okay, GK I had 3 current affairs. There was Vision current affairs monthly जो आता है 80-page booklet. Then one by one please. And I did PIB because of proper government source. And there was GK Today.in. It used to give a this is other than newspapers. You have to read newspapers, and reading newspapers should not take you more than 40 minutes. If it's taking you more than 40 minutes, then you have to see where you're wasting time. Editorial will give you only 2 points, 3 points, note it down, and that is your content for meals. Every editorial just gives you 1 or 2 points, pro or against a particular issue. So try to go for the higher, bigger picture. You don't just be on this. Why is this happening? Why everything is the way it is? Why do we have history, geography, economy, polity in UPSC syllabus? Because as an administrator, as a person who is leading the country, you need to have a bigger picture and an overall knowledge. So always question why. If you have the answer to it, you will definitely excel. Time management. See, again, it's up to you because I had a support system in office and told my boss. So I used to manage daily thing. Sometimes it was higher, sometimes it was lower. But I used to ensure that my weekly schedule is manageable. How to write a multi-dimensional answer? See, it's also social, political, economic only if it is asked. If it is not asked every time, then why will you want to go into the politics of it? Just answer the economy of it. This is what I'm telling. Be very specific. Means you don't have the time. Time taken for GS first reading, final revision. Okay, yeah, revision is really important. You have to. So after the 9 months of your basic studies is done, you have to know whether you remember or not. A lot of people face this problem. You went into the exam hall and you just forgot. So you need to revise. And this revision will take time off, maybe once in 15 days, full day revision. It also takes time. And you know what happens? I used to revise once a month. And then once in 15 days as prelims came nearer. So I had around 3 rounds of revision of my own notes. I used to make notes, right, of GK, of history, of notes, everything. And every second, third revision, I finished it faster. So revision ka revision bhi zarurat hai. And that is always easy and fast for you. Like I used to remember the page. If it was this big a booklet, I know if it is about, say, his geography, and if it is about oceanography, I know it will be on this side of the page. I don't know which page, but I know this side. So I will go this. So you'll automatically get it. You will just go into it. Now one by one. Interview depends. See, interview people say you have to write your hobbies very well, like important to know what your hobbies are. But I didn't find that. I wrote my hobbies as swimming and cycling, and they did not ask about that at all because both of that I used to do. It's not like that. So don't try to be extra, than what you are. Be honest and be simple. For my interview, they asked a lot about law, maybe because I am from a law background. So, is civil service the best way to solve an issue? No, not at all. So many other things, This is not at all the end of things, and UPSC is just a journey. In fact, the fact that all of you have decided कि हाँ हमें ये करना है, UPSC करना है, it itself is a big decision. So be happy about that. Learn what this is giving you. So everyone from my family is an engineer. My brother, my parents, my mama, and a lot of my friends before college were obviously engineers. So, and law gave me a social perspective, I feel. And after that, law, about UPSC, in fact, even broadened it. So, if not law, I feel UPSC definitely gives you a broader aspect of society. Otherwise, we don't think of, social issues at all, political issues at all, other than just upar se newspaper mein aata hai, ye karwaiye, not that. We really need to know anything issue, and that improves you as a human being. So UPSC is a good journey itself, and it's never the only way to solve the issue. फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट तो यार मैंने भी नहीं क्लियर किया, सो आई डोंट थिंक आई कैन आंसर दैट. Who is your inspiration? Who is your role model? Why is it so important? You should be your own role model. But it's actually, I think, two people. I feel one, you should have someone who is alive and who have seen, and one you can have from history. So one from history is Sri Rajagopalachari. He was so articulate, and most of his debates, I did the Constitutional Assembly debates one time. So I found his debates his arguments the most, similar-minded to mine. So I feel, and this Sri Rajagopalachari का plan भी था 1944 का. We could have done that. I mean, when I read, I was like, we क्यों नहीं हुआ? India-Pakistan partition नहीं होता, and India, we would have been a prosperous big country. So I find him my role model in a lot of ways, but only for his ideas, because I didn't know him as a person. As a person, people said that he was very cranky, but I haven't met him. In real life, it's my mom. I am a lot like my mother. My mother is way ahead. Did not get demotivated. यार होता है यार, demotivation तो होता है. You become depressed. Yeah, hectic workload. Lot of things happen. It's a phase. It's a day. ठीक है. Except, see, we are all human beings. We are not robots, and we are definitely not like the untouched by emotions and untouched by things around us. We definitely feel bad. We definitely feel depressed. But उसके time, you should not continue it into the next day. My main rule was never go to bed angry or upset. If you're going to bed, you should be in a happy state of mind. ठीक है, peaceful. Still not happy. Sometimes some days are not good. It's okay. Today was a bad day. Tomorrow is a new day. You should all read books, by the way. There is a book by Margaret Mitchell. Have you read Scarlett O'Hara? Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind, where there was this dialogue. Tomorrow is another day. So books have always have been an inspiration to me, if not anything. So tomorrow is always a new day. So I always used to get that way. How to make your own strategy? I told you, yeah. You have to figure out where is your strong point, where is your weak. See, some people can have a weak subject. For example, I think for me, history was quite weak. Like, I didn't remember much. Even I remember dates, but I didn't remember the points and the contents. So I devised a strategy of history being a true thing. It has all happened in the world in last 100 years, 1000 years, 2000 years. So it's all real human beings. So think of it as a human. That was my strategy, and somehow it worked for me. But if a particular subject is weak for you, you accept it. Okay, this is not something that I am going to improve so much. There's only so much I can do. Uske baad, during prelims, try to attempt that question less. But it can be just your bad luck that in that time, that year, UPSC decides to give 50 of those questions. एक बार ऐसा हुआ था. I think 2014, 2015. Geography, there were just 2 questions. Of 100, there were just 2 geography questions. So a person who's banking on geography as my favorite, as my main subject, that person is gone that year. So don't trust UPSC. I will say UPSC is not at all trustworthy. कभी भी कुछ भी करेंगे. Very unpredictable. So for that, your preparation also has to be unpredictable and has to take into account this uncertainty. Which special aspects makes you a winner? I think consistency. You have to continue doing what you're doing, practicing everything daily. Practice really makes a man and a woman perfect. Consistency. How much time for each answer? 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes. 3 hours divided by 20 questions. 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes, but you have to just write 100, 150, 200 words. But it has to make sense. ऐसे कुछ भी नहीं लिख दे, marks नहीं मिलता. So your aim while answer writing should be to finish every answer in 7.5 minutes. Go back to the next question, finish that. And one trick one sir used to tell me was the examiner, while reading your mains answer, should not know that this was your confident answer and this was your underconfident answer. मतलब वो अगर आंसर पढ़ेगा तो उसको ये पता नहीं चलना चाहिए कि ये तुमने अच्छे से नहीं लिखा है या अच्छे से लिखा है. मतलब all your answers should be like one. Don't leave any answer in mails. Even if you don't know anything, write something related to it and come. Don't leave any answer. While practicing, you will write whole paper or few questions. See, so if you honestly writing for 3 hours is not a joke. So starting me, you write thoda. Maybe you write 6 questions in an hour. Try that. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So that is 10 minutes per question. Then gradually you make it 7 questions in 1 hour. That comes to less than 7. Then you increase 2 hours in 14 questions, 3 hours in 20 questions. Go that way. Timetable is up to you, what you're doing. And because if most of you are not working, which is what I want to tell you, take from my experience, I was working, I didn't have time. So for me, time was very important. I did not waste even a single minute. Ab waste kya hai, it's also very subjective. But I just used to go to office, eat, lunch I used to get there, come back, I used to get my tiffin from outside, talk for a bit on phone, and then study. So that was the timetable. How many days means exam will take to finish it? All this you will get, I think, around 10 days, 1 week to 10 days, depending on leaves in between. CSAT and English. Okay, yeah, this is a good question. See, so maths is just class 10 level, but even that is an issue for a lot of people. So if maths is your weak point, then focus on English. See if you can get marks in English. CSAT is just passing. And for me, English was good, so I didn't focus so much on maths. Maths be easy, but maths ka one trick I can tell you. So there are options, right? They're giving a profit loss statement with the sale price, cost price, what is the thing. Try to derive from the answer. Put one of the A, B, C, D ka answer in the question and see if it is matching. Generally, it is B or C. I don't know. I see that it's my own thing. Don't take it like a hard rule. No, you have to go through textbooks first. But textbooks you can just go through one time. NCERT से आजकल पूछते भी नहीं. Then make your own notes. Take your notes from your institute and do it. Coaching is not compulsory, I would say. But what coaching does is it gives you a routine. Otherwise, you can just today you can decide, okay, I want to study this time, I want to study that time. But coaching gives you a routine. This time you have to come. यहाँ पे ये पढ़ना है. उसके बाद ये करना है. And then there are बीच में there are tests. Right? So it gives you a check, keeps you in check. If you are not disciplined, if you are very self-disciplined and you can manage your own routine, well and good. No need for get everything online. But one more thing that coaching gives you is friend group study. That helps. See, if you did medicine, you can choose medicine. There's nothing wrong, but it's up to you. Are you confident in it? And if you are, you can, because there's very less competition. Law ka bhi very less competition in law option. So that, but I don't know if there are good coaching institutes for medicine. See, if you're weak in something, accept it. It's okay. You're weak in maths, you're weak in this. It's fine. But then you have to compensate it for your strength somewhere else. So don't worry about it. Everyone is not perfect. Book list for CSAT, I honestly do not read anything. Honestly, I just solve papers. Purane, around 10 to 15 papers I solve. So that engineering, yeah, it's there. Just go through the UPSC site. No? There are lists of what subjects are there, what you can do. So I think that's it. I think questions are repeating now.
Exactly. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Thank you, Shruthi. It's really amazing.
All of you take care. All the best. And whatever happens will be for the best. Believe in yourself. Honestly, it seems like a very routine thing to say, but honestly, believe in yourself. If you don't believe, who else will? And how do you think the country will believe you? When tomorrow you become an administrator, if you are not self-confident, why will the country place such an important, responsibility in your shoulder? So be positive. Sab acha hoga. Take care.
Thank you, Shruthi Srinivasan. Thank you very much for
Thank you so much,
spending
sir.
a few minutes with us and precious time. And you are hectic today, workload, but thanks for sharing your experiences and the valuable information and
No problem,
suggestions. Right? Chalo, thank you.
Okay, sir. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.